Hello, guys. Welcome to another segment of Time with Excel. And I'm so happy to be on here. Thank you for letting me into your lives to encourage you, to motivate you, to inspire you. Believe me when I tell you that I inspire or motivate myself when I sometimes would sit down and listen to some of the videos that I make. Today, I want to share a story, and from that story, I hope that we will pick a lesson or two that would in turn change our lives. So, there was a king who had a number of servants, and he used to call his servants to come over and maybe just go over the books with them, because apparently his servants used to borrow money from him or borrow goods from him. And so on this day, he calls his servant who was owing him so much. And the servant came in, and the king, actually what the servant owed the king was so much. There was just no way on earth that servant was going to be able to pay back the king. And what did the king do? He did a noble thing. He forgave his debt. He wrote the debt out. He said, you don't have to pay me anything. You are free and you can go. And the servant was, I would believe, happy. And his, not only was he debt free, he had no obligation to do anything further for that king. He was really indeed free. But what this servant did is very, very likely to what a lot of us are doing today. The servant left the king's presence and went over to his house and found someone that owed him, in fact, not even up to a fraction of what he owed the king. He saw someone else that was owing him and held him to his neck and said, "You must pay me." Now, what that servant did not know was that other people who had witnessed his forgiveness were now witnessing how he was holding someone else to pay him what they owed him. And these people who observed the servant's forgiveness went back to the king and said, "Hey king, the man you just forgave out of your mercy it's out there holding someone, not giving them any mercy, not ready to forgive them, and saying that this person must pay his money." Now the king called that servant back and said, "Hey, look, not only are you gonna pay, I'm gonna throw you and your entire generation into prison until you can pay every single dime that you owed me." Because of unforgiveness, his mercy was retracted. Let me say it again. Because of the servant's unforgiveness, the mercy that was forwarded to him, that was given to him, was retracted. It is not a joke when we say, "Forgive me, forgive my trespasses as I forgive those that trespass against me." If you know that you have been a recipient of mercy, you cannot, on the other end, when someone else is requiring you to extend mercy to them, you extend judgment, you extend unforgiveness, you extend everything else but mercy. What is mercy? Mercy is undeserved. It is what is given to you not because of what you have done, not because of what you would do, not because of what you could do. It is at the discretion of him who gives mercy. So if you have received mercy, mercy is required of you. If you have been forgiven, next time you stand in the court of judgment, before you pass judgment on a person that, by the way, deserves the judgment, remember that you were deserving of the judgment that was upon your life, but God gave you mercy. And that is the only platform for which you are required to give another person mercy. This was a personal lesson that I learned, that I have been forgiven for the most treacherous of things that you can ever imagine. That when I stood in the court of judgment, I should have been punished, but mercy was extended to me. So the next time I find another person that has wronged me, that has done something egregious to me, I should remember that my own sin, my own error, my own weakness was forgiven literally. I'm not just talking about the sins of life like lies and everything else. I'm talking about where I should have gotten fired, but I was not fired because mercy was given to me. Where I should have lost everything, but I did not because mercy was given to me. In the same light, in the same fashion, I should extend mercy to the other person that does not deserve it, but for the mere fact that I have been given mercy. I hope this has encouraged someone out there whose heart is hardened because a person has wronged you, because a person has done the unforgivable to you. Have you ever received mercy? If you have, to whom much is given, much is required. Until next time, this has been Excel, and have a blessed week.